Broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning and welcome to our presentation this morning. I am Jim Guinan, an annuity sales director here with Insurance Agency Marketing. And today we're going to be joined by Mike Carley. He's a central regional director with Oxford Life. And in a few minutes, I'm going to turn the presentation over to Mike, and he'll be talking more about Oxford's annuity portfolio, some new things going on with Oxford, and give you a little background about who they are. So we'll welcome Mike in here very shortly. First of all, Mike, can you see my screen this morning?
I can.
Okay, very good. All right. I want to remind everyone today that we are recording this presentation. So if for some reason you have technical difficulties or you have to leave because of a important phone call, we understand that. We record the vast majority of our webinars, so you can review that later on today or at your leisure. So we want to make sure you all know that. We understand you're busy, and 10 o'clock Central is a very busy time of the day for many people. So in the beginning here, we're going to talk about some things going on here at Insurance Agency Marketing. And like I said, very shortly, I'll turn this presentation over for Mike to start on what he wants to visit about this morning. So with that, let's get started. I want to talk to you about some business builders here at our group. A couple of them are very, I think, very important for you to know, especially if you've not written with us before. The first one of those is our referred producer program. And as you can see, when you refer an agent to us, first of all, we appreciate referrals anytime. I mean, those are the most qualified people to work with. And when that person contracts with us, you'll earn a $50 bonus, and then as an ongoing bonus for you as they write business. And this is unlimited, so you're not capped with so many a year. The bonus is not limited to only so many. So if you know those agents writing Medicare, life insurance, fixed annuities, let us know who they are. Don't hold back. We'll be glad to visit with them and provide them the same service that we do for you. And as you can see, you can continue to earn an override that comes from us. The other program that we have, which vests us in some of your business expenses, our marketing reimbursement program. And as you can see, one of the conversions here listed is for index business. For every $100,000 of premium, we throw $100 into a marketing account. You can let that continue to build. It does not have to be used up at the end of a year. You can let that continue to ride. And as you incur expenses like a lead program, or maybe you buy a new computer, anything of the sort that's related to your business, supply us with your receipts, and we will cut you a check for half of that amount. So we're into helping you with your business and helping you grow it. And that, again, is an ongoing program, so you can build that up to thousands of dollars if you'd like. And lastly, our new producer bonus, which is for those individuals that write business in the first 180 days after contracting. These are the different threshold levels. So once you get to that 6-month mark with working with us, we look back and we look at what level that you've obtained. And then as you can see, those are some rewards that you can earn for that. Again, our way of saying thank you. We appreciate your business, and here's some things back for you to help you with your business. Again, if you receive a gift card or cash, you can use that really for anything you'd like. You can use it for your business. You can use it for yourself personally. Okay, talk about saving time, which is what I believe the value statement should be for any IMO. Our goal is to take the weight off your shoulders of some of your activities every day. So when it comes to things like quotes, you can get quotes through our website, which we'll talk about in a moment. But again, the marketing job, both life annuity, is to provide you with illustrations if you need it. So our goal is to turn those around in a short period of time. And so all of us provide you with help in that area, whether it's an income rider or you're just looking for a growth illustration on annuity. Again, and the part of that is the case design assistance. You can get a lot of information through the website. If you do need a term quote, for example, and you not want to wait on the phone, and you can use our website for that too. Our paperless contracting has streamlined a lot what it takes to add new carriers to your portfolio. So you don't have to fill out contracting every time you want to add a carrier. So as you can see, these are just some of the tools that we use. Again, our case managers, once you've submitted a life or annuity case's job is to do the follow-ups and be on the phone with the carrier, dealing with the carrier so that you don't have to do that. Our creative department has grown considerably over the last 2-3 years here at IAMS, and part of that reason is, again, the good job that they do in helping you with agency solutions, designing a brand, for example, maybe helping you with a website. You may have a website now, and you want to improve that a little bit. They work with this a lot, or they help design websites for you and develop email marketing programs. So again, if you have needs for this, and this is a great time of year to talk about this because 2020 is around the corner. It's basically 6 weeks away. So again, maybe a good time to think about what you want to do for next year, how you can improve your brand. So I would reach out to Jacob and his team, and they'll be glad to visit with you and give you an idea what kind of costs are involved with that. I mentioned our website before when I was talking about term quotes. Again, it's www.iamsinc.com. That's IAMSINC.com. This is a place you can go to for things like product recommendations, research on products, whether it's income or accumulation. We utilize Annuity Rate Watch a lot, and that helps us to guide you. You can also take advantage of that, but again, this is where we go. There's an annuity grid in that website, which has our better selling products by carrier, income rider information on the top products, and then also a multi-year rate guarantee spreadsheet. So it's about 40 pages of information. We have these at our desk, but of course, we're not here all the time. So when you're out in the field or doing some research at night, you can go to the website. You can find out when our webinar calendar is going to be, or webinar calendar is there, excuse me. Our annuity portfolio, there's some excellent sales tools through our sales resource library. So again, accessible to you through that website at no cost. All right, I want to talk just briefly about IAMS Wealth Management, and then we'll be wrapping up here soon on the intro. If you have, if you'd like to look at some ways to grow your business in the next year, and you're looking at increasing your revenue, maybe improving your retention with your clients, or just being able to reach a new clientele that you've maybe ignored or passed on business, maybe it's time to look at getting an IAR license, a Series 65. And if you'd like to partake in that, or at least just get more information, I'd recommend that you do so. And I'm going to launch my first poll question here for you. If you'd like to get more information on becoming an investment advisor rep, obtaining the Series 65, what kind of costs are involved in that, and what kind of business plan this can be for you, what kind of revenue this can generate, I would answer yes to that question. The IAMS Wealth team will give you a call, or they'll email you some information about what it takes to do that. Again, I don't want to assume that everyone on the phone call today is an insurance-only licensed agent, but if you're considering ways to expand the age of people that you talk to and to not leave money on the table, as an insurance professional, it might be time to consider getting to becoming an advisor through IAMS Wealth. So I appreciate your responses to that. And again, if there's questions afterwards, you can reach out to Mike, Joan, or Charles in IAMS Wealth, and they'll be glad to visit with you. Okay, and I want to talk about our Life and Annuity Academy. We presently don't have any scheduled for any time near future. Our next one will most likely be in the spring, maybe March or early April. And this is our all expense paid producer training program. We've held these now for almost a decade. And if you're an annuity or life producer, would like to know how you can grow your business, I think this is a good training to consider for you. So again, you can see on here some of the bullet points of the topics. This program is updated every time, and it gives you an opportunity to meet with other producers, find out what they're doing, and also a couple individuals that work in the seminar market. Again, the purpose of this is not to turn everyone into a seminar selling producer, but they're available for you to give you ideas of how you can expand your business. But if you're active in the market, want to grow that business, please consider our Life and Annuity Academy. I'd be glad to get you more information on this too. So if you'd like more information on that, or a phone call, or just an email, please respond to that poll that I just launched, and we'll be glad. Usually after the webinar is over, we will send you an email with more information about it. You can certainly give me a call, or if there's a annuity or life manager that you visit with quite often and would like to explore more about the details of this program, we'd be glad to visit with you about it. Again, there'll be an email that will come out if you respond yes, and it will give you more information. Again, the dates haven't been set, so we don't know that for sure, but we are accepting registrations pretty much year-round, and that registration will ask you things like how long you've been in the business, what companies do you write your business with, how much premium do you write for life and annuity, because we want to get an idea of who you are. Okay, so I do appreciate your response to that. Okay, and lastly, I want to visit with you about our marketing summit for 2020. This is the excuse me, this is our marketing summit, but this is the Athene only, and this will be the montage. So this is from the invitational period. You can see at the bottom there says July 1 to June 30th of 2020. So it's a 1-year qualification for this trip. And again, this is a social and educational event between IAMS and Athene. Okay, but our IAMS Marketing Summit, which is the 1.5-year qualification, is Paradise on the Pacific. And as you can see, there's a couple different levels of business. This is a 1.5-year qualification. This is all carriers, all products count towards this, both educational and social event. So again, if you've been writing business with us, or if you haven't, you still have plenty of time to qualify. But it started July 1, and it will run through the end of 2020. Okay, so I want to thank you for your time so far this morning. I'm going to move this presentation now over to Mike Carley from Oxford, and he will start from here.
Well, good morning, everybody. I'm hoping that you're seeing the screen, Oxford Life Insurance Company website right now. Again, what Jim said, my name is Mike Carley. I am the Central Regional Representative from Oxford Life, and I would certainly, first of all, like to thank Jim and his team from IAMS for inviting me to come on this morning and be able to introduce Oxford Life to some agents who are not familiar with us, and sort of refresh the memory of those agents that have worked in the past, or at least have taken a look with us in the past. So I really appreciate the opportunity. I'm excited to be here this morning. Right now, what you're looking at is Oxford Life Insurance website. We're very proud of this website. And a little bit later, I'll get into go into the website itself just to show you some of the features of it that you'll be able to see. So let me get right into the presentation. Today, we're going to be talking about annuities. It's not the only thing that Oxford Life offers, but today this is what the focus is going to be on. I'd like to start out in the beginning just to talk a little bit about Oxford Life, who we are, and give you a little bit of background about the company itself. We'll start off with your regional directors. These are the guys that are in the trenches every day working with the marketing organizations, working with individual agents to make sure that their scenarios and answer questions and help you through any sort of hiccups you might have along the way. In the Eastern region, there's Chad Knees. In the Western region, we have Dan Winders. And this handsome guy is yours truly speaking to you right now. I don't want you to get hung up in states, though. We don't work in competition with each other as regional directors. The only reason why we have regions is someone has to be accountable for those agents and the marketing organizations in their region. So if you call in and Chad or Dan answers the phone, don't think that you can't get your questions answered. Most of the states we are writing business in, there's only 4 states, New York, West Virginia, Alabama, and Mississippi, we currently don't offer product in. So I apologize to anybody who's on this webinar right now who writes business in those states. We currently don't do business in New York, West Virginia, Alabama, or Mississippi. So let's talk a little bit about Oxford itself. We are an A-rated excellent carrier. In fact, in July, we were just increased to a positive outlook, so that's always a good sign. We do offer, like I mentioned earlier, we are in life insurance, annuities, and med subs. Now, the good thing with Oxford Life is if you say contract to write annuities, you also have access to all of these products as well. In our life insurance, we have single premiums, we have final expense. We'll go through the annuities today. The Medicare supplements a little bit not across the board as the annuities and life when it comes to availability, but we do have some very strong plans, particularly in Plan G right now. We do focus on the senior side of it all, even though you'll see some of our annuities are from 18 on up. We are founded and still in Phoenix, Arizona. So we've been there since 1965. We've been around for a while. We're not a new startup trying to get things right. Now this slide here is a little bit of a fun slide to talk about. A lot of agents who are very well aware of us, and certainly those agents who are not, really don't see how the corporate structure works. So we like to go through it. Our umbrella organizations, AMERCO, it's AMERCO. I know it sounds like another outfit, but it is AMERCO. On the left-hand side, you'll see Oxford Life Insurance Company, North American Christian Fidelity. And on the left-hand side, you'll see U-Haul. Yes, that is U-Haul, the moving and storage company. Seems a little bit weird that the moving and storage company is going to be in the mix with a bunch of insurance companies, but it's been going on since 1965, so this is not a new thing. The marriage works wonderfully. We do a lot of shared services. A lot of our HR, a lot of our legal are there, allows us to stay streamlined, and our personnel focused on product development and service oriented towards the agents in the marketing organization. So it's turned out to be a really good partnership between Oxford and U-Haul. In fact, if you order supplies through Oxford Life, it'll show up in a U-Haul box. And I always joke that, you know, some carriers, if they mix up your order, you might get the wrong applications. With us, you might actually end up with a trailer hitch. So it's a very large organization. We're all based in Phoenix, Arizona. U-Haul probably takes up about 2 blocks of downtown Phoenix. And behind all their buildings, you'll find Oxford in the mix of all that. So it helps us sort of put it in perspective that we are a brick and mortar organization. Not everybody's familiar with Oxford. Not a lot of your clients are, but everybody is familiar with U-Haul. They've either rented a truck or they've seen the storage facilities around. So it sort of puts in perspective of Oxford Life being a true brick and mortar insurance company that's out there. So why Oxford Life? So we've talked a little bit about the financial strength of Oxford Life. Oxford on its own, not including U-Haul or anything, but on its own is a $2.6 billion organization. So it's very strong when it comes to assets and financial strength. We do offer unique and competitive products. We'll talk about some of these unique products today just in our annuity lineup. But if you have the opportunity, you take a look at some of our life products as well, and you'll see a few things that are done a little bit different in there that make them very unique and very competitive. Our commissions are on par with what's available out there in the industry. We do offer time-saving, convenient point-of-sale application decision processes on our life products. So if you ever decided to sell any of our life products, you can get a point-of-sale decision right off of your computer within minutes. There's no sending it in and waiting days for underwriting or anything like that. The fourth bullet point, superior producer and customer service. I always cringe when I see this on a webinar or when people talk about it, because I think this is something that needs to be earned. We do have a full back office support of internals that are there to help you out with your contracting all the way up to your policy issue. And they pride themselves on that work. We do constant polling of not only our producers, but the policy holders. And we try to fill in any lapses that would occur either on wait times on telephones, straight on up to ongoing training to our in-services personnel to make sure that they're on top of getting your policies out. On our annuity policies, we right now we look at a 48-hour turnaround, assuming that there's a clean application that comes in. And the policy is clean. We'll be able to issue it within 48 hours and get it out to you guys and deliver it to your clients. We pride ourselves on that. I'll show you the website in a little while, so you'll see the training videos and webinars in there. And of course, you got Chad, Dan, and myself out there in the field. You can call us at any point in time if you have any questions. And we are available after hours and on weekends. So don't think that you're stuck out there with any questions, or if you're stuck needing an application or have any needs outside of business hours. So let's get on with the annuities. We've got a little bit of ground to cover here, so put on your seatbelts and let's get at it. Our first lineup of annuities is multi-select series. These are your old school MIGA products, guaranteed rates. Oxford Life offers them anywhere from 3 year to 10 years. So you have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. There's certainly plenty of choice for your agents, for your clients, that they can choose the correct time frame and rate that they would be looking for. Again, like I said, it's guaranteed growth. They're guaranteed over a certain period of time that you elect. They're very strong rates that we have out there. And in the A-rated field of carriers, we are consistently one of the, if not the strongest rates that are available in the industry. The way that it works is that you get your guaranteed rate for the selected amount of time, and then it comes into your 30-day window. That's nothing really that's new. So 30 days after, they do have a number of choices. So they might check option 1. They decide, say, look, I like to renew the renewal rate, so I'm just going to keep it in there and let it roll. Option 2, they might annuitize. We don't see it that often, but it's available. The option is available for them. Or they might be decide to be able to withdraw any or all of that product without any surrender charges during that 30-day window. Now, with the vast choices of the multi-select timeframes that we have, I also see a fourth option come in, and that typically is someone wants to move out of 1 year select and go into another year. Let's say they're in a 4 year and they want to move it to a 5-year MIGA in their 30-day window, or a 5-year, then they want to move it down to a 3-year because they see something coming up. That's available for them as well. And then, by the way, it's also looked at as a new policy a new application by the agent. So it's a paid commission move if that's something that they decide to do. If they're happy with Oxford, they're happy with the service, they're happy with the rates, they just want to move it around a little bit because their plans have changed, they certainly have that option to work there as well. Here's your surrender charge schedules, very smooth. They all start out at 10, and they just work down by 1 depending on the time frame that you've chosen. Let's take a look at withdrawing money. Now, like I said, this is an old school MIGA. We're seeing a lot of these MIGAs getting away from built-in benefits into the policy themselves. They're either buy downs or they're removed altogether. But as you can see, we have all of the liquidity options that are available out there, starting out with a 10% free after the first year. Now, if your client wants to take interest, that's available in the first year. So 30 days after the policy is issued, they can immediately start taking interest from there. But again, 10% is available to them outside of surrender or any MDA charges. Built in also, which makes, I think, kind of unique or getting more unique out there in the annuity field, is the terminal illness, home health care, or nursing home benefit riders. These are built-in benefits that come along with the policy. There's not a buy down in rate. It's not an a la carte. These are the features that automatically come with the product itself. Now, this is something you're not going to see anywhere else. With our MIGAs, we have an optional guaranteed lifetime withdrawal benefit. Your client does not have to buy a fixed equity index to be able to get this decision if they want to do this. Some agents and some clients are very confused about how the FIA works and all the various different accounts that are out there. This is a very simple way that your client can buy into a fixed annuity with a guaranteed rate, but also have the option to be able to get a guaranteed lifetime income without an annuitization. The math is very simple. We just look at 2 points. There's no roll up, there's no phantom accounts, there's nothing like that. We simply look at what was the initial deposit and what is the age that they want to take their income. And from there, the payout factor is done for them. As you can see on the little picture, the person takes out the MIGA and he wants to roll it for 6 years, and then he wants to trigger his income. And there's your factor. It's just put there. It's very simple to do, very simple to explain. We have a calculator on our website, and I'll be able to show you how it works. This particular feature, again, is very popular for people who don't want to get too much into the scrum of fixed equity indexes. Either it's an agent who's got a skittish client who doesn't quite understand it and is sort of shying away. And it's also good for those clients that are going into the required mandatory minimum distributions, whereby they have a very competitive fixed rate that they can do their best for asset preservation while they're taking their RMD. So keep this in mind. You're not going to see it anywhere else. Again, I said we have a market value adjustment. In the blue box here is the big, long definition of what market value adjustment is. Really, the takeaway is interest rates rises, you could fall into a negative MVA, and vice versa if interest rates go down. Now, the MVA, like I said, only comes into play if they go outside of their 10% free or if they do a full surrender on this. It doesn't come into play with any of the other liquidity features such as terminal illness, nursing home. So a quick little look at the product features. Again, very simple products, very easy to sell, very easy to explain. The issue ages are 18 to 80, durations of 3 through 10 years. The issue amounts are a minimum of $20,000 for qualified or non-qualified. Maximum is $1 million, ages 18 to 75, $500,000, ages 76 to 80. It's full account value upon death, and we talked about market value adjustment. And I just wanted to go back a little bit because one thing I failed to tell you was when we look at the guaranteed lifetime income benefit on these MIGAs, if they go with that rider, and it's optional, it's 50 basis points. So it's very cheap for them to be able to get into. It's not as expensive as some of these long-term fees that you see. So I apologize. It's 50 basis points because I know there's in the back of someone's head is wondering, well, I guess it's free, but it's 50 basis points. I just want to make sure that was covered for you. So the MIGAs are very competitive products. You got 3 years, right on up to 10 years. You have all the choices that are available. The rates are very competitive, and it's coming from an A-rated company, which the clients like to see. Now let's get into the fixed equity index side of our products. We have 3 products. We have the Royal Select, the Silver Select, and the Select Series. Now, this might seem a little redundant, but I think that we all need to be reminded of this, is of exactly why fixed equity indexes are so strong out there and why they've taken hold and why they're going to be the mainstay for a long time, is the simple concept that fixed equity annuities offer the upside, positive, with no negative downside of it. And I think a lot of people, when I say this, they go like, yeah, duh. Of course it is. But I think it goes without saying that we need to be reminded of this every now and then, of why fixed equity indexes were actually developed out there and the reasoning and the strength for it. We tend to get lost in the sizzle features of, you know, you have your enhanced death benefit riders, your LTC riders. Hey, everybody, look at this roll-up rate. Hey, everybody, look at this. But we really want to look at the fact of what the strength is between a fixed equity index, and it is the positive up without the negative down. And I'll give you a little example of that. What you're looking at on your screen is all the S&Ps up and down since 1928. And we rolled it out for 90 years to 2018. Now, it started out at 19.94% on the upside in 1928. Now, let's take a quick little look at all the times it's been positive. All this green is the time that the S&P has been positive in that 90 years. It's approximately 60 times it's been positive out there. So there is approximately about 30 times that it's been negative. So let's say in 1928, your great-grandfather or your grandmother put in $100,000 in this scenario. We're going to ride the waves. We're going to take all the ups and we're going to take all the downs. Go with this. At the end of 90 years, we're going to have $13,700,000 into that account. That's pretty strong. But let's take a look at removing all of this negatives and giving them a floor of 0. So we'll remove them. Everybody gets 0 on the downsides on it. Anyone got a guess what it would be? It would be $585 million. That is the strength of the S&P. Now, I'm not going to say that this is true replication of a fiat, because this is not taking into account caps or spreads or any of that sort of stuff. But it really just shows the strength of the S&P and why the S&P has done so well for so many people in the past with fixed equity index. Just by adding that floor, you can see the multitude of the amounts of a difference between riding the waves and creating a floor for people. So this is why Oxford Life goes with, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like I said, we see a lot of these sort of funky type of accumulation methods that have been coming out in the market the last 5, 10 years, and truthfully very hard to explain unless you're an actuary. But the S&P historically has shown itself to be a very strong indicator of growth and accumulation for the people within the annuity marketplace. So really, we only offer 3 of what we believe historically has shown 3 of the strongest strategies for people who accumulate their wealth. The first one, of course, is the fixed account strategy. So you get a guaranteed rate. It's a reset every year. Second one is the monthly average strategy. So that considers the monthly of 12 index dates over the course of a year. It's averaged, and then it's looked back on the first day of the policy issue, and any increase, it's capped if it needs to be capped. And of course, the old school annual point-to-point strategy. You start at point A, you go to point B, And we look at point B and where it was at point A, and any gains minus caps are thrown in there. And of course, you cannot lose any previously credited interest rate on these. These are what we consider the strongest that are out there. People ask us from time to time, why don't you get involved in this? Why don't you look at the Russell this? Why don't you do that? But we have always, since 1965, and I think the past few slides that we went through shows the strength of the S&P. And you'll also notice that we do have some of the strongest caps that are in the marketplace available today. And we'll get into that in a second. So two of the three are the Royal Select and the Silver Select. These are the Cadillacs of our FIA lineup. You'll be able to notice the Royal Select, which is our top seller, is the 8% premium bonus. That's a true 10-year premium bonus. So it's vested over the course of 10 years. You're not waiting 14, and sometimes you see some of these on the market in 16 years before you see any of your bonus money. This is vested over the 10 years, but for the purposes of accumulation and income, it is a day one bonus. So you put in 100,000, day one you have 108,000. It's one of the highest bonuses that are offered out there on that platform. Some try to replicate, but you'll notice that the vesting schedules tend to be much longer than that. The Silver Select is a 4% premium bonus. It's a seesaw effect. Does your client, do they like the idea of a bonus, but would they like to see some higher cap options in there as well? So the Royal Select is an 8% premium bonus. The Silver Select is a 4% premium bonus. The offset would be a higher cap rate on the Silver Select. And as mentioned, we do have a guaranteed lifetime withdrawal benefit. Again, the premium bonuses is added to it. And so your 100% of your initial premium plus your premium bonus, that's what you start out of the gate with a roll up of 6.75% for 10 years. Very strong when you look at it. Now, so I don't forget this one, we are on the lower end of the fees for your guaranteed lifetime income rider. We are at 95 basis points. But I want you to lean into this, and I want you to understand what I'm about to tell you. That 95 basis points is based upon your accumulation value and not your income account value. That is very important to know, because we know that more likely than not, your income account is going to be much higher than what your accumulation account is going to be, especially in those years where there's going to be, and we looked at those slides, 30% of those years, there are going to be a floor day. So there's going to be no growth in your accumulation account value. But if the fee is being taken off of the income account value, looking at our example, if we were doing it, you can guarantee that your fee is going to be rising at 6.75% every year, while you're seeing no growth in your accumulation. I've seen years where it's had a chance to stew for a while. Your income account has gone quite large, and then when the fee comes out of your cash value side, I've seen it wipe out as much as 1 or 2 years of accumulation. And I know as an agent for myself that is not a phone call that I want to be receiving from a client. So please keep that in mind, that it is based upon your cash value and not your income account. These are your surrender charge values, just like your MIGAs, just a simple roll down of 1% every year on these 10-year products. And then we talked about the vested percentages. These are your vested percentages going up 10% every year. Of course, there's nothing to worry about as long as the money is left in there. But if the money is surrendered or we're going outside of the 10% withdrawals, then there's going to be a recapture of the bonuses. So just so you're aware, but they're fully vested at the end of the day of the 10th year. Select Series. Now the Select Series doesn't come with any bonuses, but what it does offer is flexibility for you and your clients. We have, they come in durations of 3, 5, 7, and 10 years. We're one of the very few carriers out there today that are offering a fixed equity index in a 3-year product. So if you have a client who has a shorter duration in their retirement plans or what plans they want to do with it. Maybe they've never tried a fixed equity index before, but they're sort of wary about jumping into a longer duration of time. They can try the 3-year product, see what they think about it, and from there, you could probably move them to another product in a much shorter time. So it allows them to get familiar with it, to become more savvy investors out there, and the agents love the idea that they do have the flexibility with this select series. Again, very strong caps are involved into this, especially the 10-year select series where there is no bonus. It is probably going to be one of the highest caps you're going to find out in the marketplace today. Liquidity features, same sort of liquidity features we see in our MIGAs. You get your 10% free withdrawals out, your terminal illness, your nursing home, and your home health care is in there. And of course, we have to throw in your annuitization options. It is an annuity. Again, we don't see it happen too often, but the period certains or lifetimes and all of them outside of their 5th policy year is all available to your clients. Now, talk a little bit about the guaranteed lifetime withdrawal benefit. You'll see the matrix there. We are attained age, so whatever age the client is at that point in time is the factor that's used. That's nothing mind-blowing out there in the industry. But we do again have a calculator that is on our website, which will be able to calculate your parameters for your client. With the roll-up, with the bonus and the roll-up, we are very, very strong in the payout factors that are available. And you couple that with the very low fee. I see some of the fees out there at 130, 150% attached to, the income side. We do know that, even people buying into the guaranteed lifetime income riders, asset preservation and legacy is still very important to them. So we do our best to try to keep their accumulation side as high as possible for as long as we possibly can. So again, 100% initial premium plus your bonus is put in there. Your income account grows at 6.75% at a cost of 95 basis points. That is a 10-year roll-up. We do have the automatic step-up for those rare occasions where you see your accumulation account overshadowing the income account. We will step it up to that amount. Again, there's your fee, and when, of course, you begin, it's based upon attained age. So this really here is just sort of a visual for you guys. I guess it's just sort of enhanced the idea of how the bonuses work. You'll be able to look on the left-hand side of your screen. You've all seen these before. So your bonus, you start out at $108,000. So even though it's vested for the purposes of withdrawals or surrenders, immediately day one, it is there for accumulation value itself. We're just using a 3% cap to give you a general idea on the roll-up of it. There is no clawback on those years, 0 years or floor years. You keep the money that's there, and as it pumps up again, it continues to grow for your client. And of course, on the other side, we see the guaranteed side of it. If someone puts in $100,000 at the end of 10 years, you're well over double of what they put in for their income. And of course, based upon their age is the income factor of what the amount that they would withdraw. Again, this is calculated. We calculate the guaranteed lifetime income withdrawal benefit. We do not calculate the hypotheticals, okay? The hypotheticals are just that, they're hypotheticals. We sort of try to keep it easier along those lines and not sort of throw hope into the wind of showing caps or growth in the future. We just sort of focus on what's important. If they want the guaranteed lifetime income, we can show them day one what their income is going to look like with whatever given day that they chose to be able to pick out their income. These are some of your sales requirements. And I'll show you again these on our website. Of course, you need your application. If they decide that they want to go with their guaranteed lifetime income, there is a separate GLWB rider summary and disclosure for that. There is a little talk about the MVA and your usual suspects, your exchange forms, replacement forms, and delivery receipt is kind of important as well, as we all know. And if you're going to be getting into some powers of attorney, some trusts and all that. I'll show you where to get all of that information as well. A quick little rundown on these products. Issue ages 18 to 80. Durations 3, 5, 7. The 10-year products are your bonus products, or you have your Select 10, which has an incredibly high cap on it right now. Issue amount is 10,000 with qualified or non-qualified. Maximum amount is a typo. Make a mental note of this. The maximum amount is now $500,000. So we're going to have to get that slide fixed. Just like your MIGAs, it's full account value with your bonus. The bonus is not clawed back if there's death. If you take the 10-year product and you're in the vesting schedule and your client dies, they receive the full bonus. MVA, like we discussed, and again, your guaranteed lifetime withdrawal for people ages 50 and over. So they are single premium. They're not flexible. You do have the option of the guaranteed lifetime withdrawal rider benefit. You do have the waiver of all those withdrawal, the terminal illness, the nursing home that we all talked about. 10-year surrender charge schedules, even if you take a 3-year, remember they all start out at 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. So whatever length of term you want to go, they all run the exact same way. And of course, then we have our historical 3 crediting strategies, which we found to be the most powerful that's ever been put out there. So we stick with it, and and you cannot lose any of your previously credited interest. Now I'm going to bring you up and show you what we've been doing lately. For the past 6 months, I would say since about June, we've been running a FIAS bonus commission special. Been very popular with the agents that are out there. People call all the time and they're like, okay, so how long do I got? When are you cutting this off? We do not have a set time on this. The only thing I can say is that it's available today, and so take advantage of it as long as that is being offered. We've had great reception with this incentive bonus, especially in a time where we see a lot of carriers are starting to reel back their commissions. You know, like they always say, every time there's a change, the agents are always one that suffer, and we get it. So we've been doing this since about June, and I'll show you how it works. You can get as much as a 2% bonus commission. So let's take a look at the Royal Select. Right now, an annual point-to-point cap is 3.95 on that with the 8% bonus. Simply by showing this product and selling it, you'll get an immediate 1% commission bonus on whatever commission level you're on right now. If your client elects to have the guaranteed lifetime income withdrawal bonus, there'll also be a 1% on top of the commission bonus, so that'll make it 2%. The commission bonuses of 1% run all the way from the Royal Select all the way down to the Select 7, and the 5 and 3 will give you a half point more. But for all of the guaranteed lifetime income withdrawal bonuses, you'll be able to receive a full 1%. Your client's going to get one of the best bonuses out there. They're going to get some of the highest caps available out there. And if they elect for the income, then if you run the income, which I know we're not a go-to, but we're really trying to get you guys there, please, please, please run a few scenarios of our income. You'll be very surprised how competitive we are and what our income is going to be. You package all of this up together, and not only is it going to be a huge benefit for your client, but it's also going to be a benefit for yourselves with these added commission bonuses. Now, like I said, I wanted to jump into the website real quick here because we're very proud of this. So if you go into www.oxfordlife.com, you'll be able to find all about Oxford Life. You'll be able to read the products that we have available. This is where your policyholders will go. And then if you click agents, you're going to see a little drop down. But I'm just going to go straight into the agent tool right here. This here where it says agents, this is where you're going to log in when you're ultimately contracted with Oxford Life Insurance Company. This is where you're going to see your commissions. This is where you're going to see your business, any pending notes that are in there. Everything that you're going to need as an agent to be able to follow your business is going to be in there. But the cool thing is you're not going to have to log in, even if you're not an agent yet and you want to explore a little bit. You can go in here. If you look underneath it, you'll see there's agent forms. It'll scroll you down, and here's take a look at the forms. Let's say I want to sell that Royal Select product. So I'll find Royal Select, and then let's say I'm in Arizona. Once I click that, it pre-populates all of those business requirements that we showed on that slide there a little while ago. So there's your applications, your disclosure forms, your buyer's guide. If we keep scrolling down, you'll see all the trust documents and everything. There's your product guide is here, so you can download a product guide if you're just showing an initial presentation or you want some leave behind literature for your potential client to take a look at. Your annuity rates are there as well. And then so if we scroll back up, and if you go in there, this is all of us. If you're looking for us, these slides is where this page is where those slides came from. You'll find Dan, you'll find me, and you'll find Chad with not only our office numbers, but our cell phone numbers for after hours. Here's your calculators. So your multi-select, very simple. I'm putting in for 5 years. I'm getting a 2.6% rate for those 5 years. What do I expect to see at the end of those 5 years? Just an old calculator for you to be able to do the math real quick. This is for your guaranteed lifetime withdrawal benefits. If we go in here, you'll see that all of the products are here. Just make sure you pick the right one. Here's your Select Series calculator, your Silver Select calculator, your Royal Select calculator, and of course that multi-select guaranteed lifetime income rider that's optional to your clients is here. It's calculated a little bit different, but it is here for you guys to be able to take a look at it if you'd like. All right. And so that's where you find your calculators. That's where you find your forms. That's where you find Dan, Chad, myself. If you have any questions, oxfordlife.com. Your webinars are in there. I know that Jim records his. We record ours as well. So if you want to look at another annuity webinar, or if you want to just check out some of our life webinars, get any other added information that's out there, and certainly find a phone number, a point of contact with any of your regional directors to be able to answer any questions for you. You jump right in there as well. So just jumping back to my presentation. Again, follow us on social media. You'll see us on Twitter, you'll see us on Facebook, you'll see us on LinkedIn. We update it. We have a full marketing department that updates every single time if there's a form that's changed, this incentive bonuses is put out there every now and then. If we decide that we're going to do a couple of more different incentives, you guys will be the first to know. And I'm pretty sure you all know how to, link in to all these various social media sites and to be able to get that information itself. So just a quick rundown. Sales support, of course, is very important. There's your phone number, 800-308-2318. Our marketing hours are 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. That's on Central. Some are Western, some are Eastern. That's where Chad, Dan, and I come into play. And this is why we are located in your various regions, because then we are available to you even if the office is closed in Arizona and you are in Delaware. You still got Chad, he's working, and then vice versa. So again, we're not only just working for you guys on 8 to 5. Just many times I go into the evening working presentations, or I get phone calls on the weekend from somebody who maybe tripped into a deal. They're watching a football game at their friend's house. They sneak into the bathroom. They call me and say, hey, a quick question on this. So call us at any point in time. We're more than happy to be able to help you guys out. Again, there's Chad, there's Dan, and there's Mike. So with that, I'll leave it. I'll put it back up to Jim. I really appreciate your time here today. And again, if you have any questions, go run through Jim, or certainly get on www.oxfordlife.com and hunt down any of your regional representatives. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Mike. I had a couple questions here from some agents, if you don't mind. So I wanted to bring those up. You had mentioned on the multi-select annuity that there was a renewal commission. Tell us about that. Is that the full commission on the renewal?
Right. So let's get that one straight. If if the client comes into their 30-day window and they elect just to leave it there, let's say they're in a 5-year product and they just say, oh, I'm happy with the renewal rate, I'm just going to let it roll. That does not come out as a new application. So there's no commissions on that one. But let's say the client is in a 5-year and calls his agent and says, you know what, let's pump it up a little bit. Let's go with the 7. I like that rate a little bit better. That triggers a new application, which triggers a new commission.
I see. Okay. So they can't, the client can't renew for a different term unless a new app is written.
Correct.
Okay. That's good to know. The other question was on the income rider for the multi-select. When can that be elected? Does that rider have to be elected at issue, or can it be post-issue?
Yes. Yeah, no, it has to be elected because the fee has to come into play. So just like your old school annuity fee is, it's got to be an electable option at the time of the application.
Okay. Okay. Because that would be quite unique if it was after issue.
Well, that would make it an annuitization.
Yeah.
So yeah. But it's a really nice feature. Nobody else has it out there. I don't think too many people are aware of it, but those agents that are aware of it, they do present it quite often. And the clients, like I said, there's a lot of clients out there. We all know that sort of get a little bit skittish when we're looking at 3-page hypotheticals and all this. If someone could say, look, I can get you X guaranteed rate, 50 basis points, you have this option, it makes a lot more sense to people.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. I appreciate that. So before we wrap up, I did want to launch another poll question real quickly here. If any of you would like to get more information on Oxford, on any of the products that Mike went through here this morning, whether it's the Select series or the Multi-Select, the multi-year rate, or if you would like to be contracted with Oxford, please answer yes to that poll question and we'll get you the information, start the process of getting appointed. And if you do have a scenario that you're currently working on right now, you can always call us and we'll be glad to kind of talk about the product, what products would work, and get you a rider illustration or any product literature. So, but again, if you'd like to get more information on any of these products in particular, or to be appointed with Oxford, please respond to the poll question that I just put out there. I'm going to close it down here in about 5-10 seconds. But Mike, I do want to thank you again for your time today and information on the product line here at Oxford. We certainly look forward to helping you and writing more business as we come into the new year. So again, thanks for your time.
Thanks for having.
Yes, you're welcome. And again, if there's any questions on any part of the presentation today, feel free to reach out to me here at the brokerage. So with that, you guys all have a great day. Thanks again, Mike. Have a good Monday.